Hello and welcome to the show. We do not have a name for this podcast yet, but we do have a co-host, and that co-host's name is Madeline. Hi, Madeline.
Hi.
Welcome to our show. So we wanted to do a podcast around the Blue House fitness community, but also share things that we're learning. We've been in this space for over a decade now, and I think that our perspective on health and fitness is unique. And so we want to start sharing what we're doing. We've always been a really innovative space. This community started in a garage 8 years ago as an experiment, and now we have the most unique, innovative space in the city of Portland and maybe on the West Coast. Who knows? I don't know all the other gyms out there, but our space and what we're trying to do is unique in the space, especially CrossFit. And so we wanted to start just having a space to talk about what we're doing and what we're thinking about. One of the things that we wanted to talk about today that is interesting is we've had a hunch that there's a better way for people to train. And we think that means individualism, individual programming for each and every person. In this space, most of the people that get individual programming are professional athletes. But let's be honest, that even in that space, I don't actually think it's that individual. You might just go train with somebody like Tia-Clair Toomey and you end up just doing what Tia does. So it's actually not that individual. So we really wanted to explore and experiment with what if we just started individually programming for every person? That's really interesting, but it seems like quite the undertaking. So what I've been doing over the last few years is trying to understand concepts from a lot of research, but also just a lot of clinical experimenting, which means like on the floor experimenting with clients and athletes. And I think what I've come to understand is certain principles, methodologies that we can take from endurance, from strength, from all these different styles of training. And there's definitely lots of things that work that have been studied extensively. And I've been trying to figure out how to implement that into making a better, more comprehensive athlete. Started about probably 6 to 8 months ago, would you say? We took about 10 athletes and we started to experiment with this. We built out an assessment. We started figuring out how to create priorities, how to have testing benchmarks, and not just random stuff, but really get specific. Drum roll, please. Do we have a drum roll?
I'll make one later.
Okay. We've had incredible results. Incredible. We now have like over 30 people doing this, but again, with the first 10, everybody has PR'd or PB'd, whatever you like to say more, every single thing that we've prioritized and tested. That's been amazing. And I think one of the things that we've done is we've taken a lot of 4, 5+ year athletes, people that have been here training for a long time that plateau in one way or the other, basically and when I say plateau, like they usually just come do a class, they leave, maybe they train 3 to 4 or 5 times a week. And I'm like, dude, there has to be a way for them to continue to get better without just increasing more Metcons, more classes. And what we found is that people actually can still get better at quite a rapid rate if they get focused and have intention. And so, yeah, it's been phenomenal. Should we use any examples? Anybody come to mind that's worth sharing?
The first person I think that's been doing the best on this program is Marina.
Yeah, Marina's, I think, in her 4th or 5th year.
When I first met Marina to now, her progress is insane. Like her gymnastic skills and the way that she was able to build her back squat and her bench press.
Yeah, so let's talk about Marina for a second. Marina has a very good aerobic capacity. She has great muscular endurance, solid numbers across the board when it comes to like how much lean body mass that she has, et cetera, et cetera. There is she does need some work in gymnastic strength training and her like strength numbers. So that's what we focused on in her first 4-month cycle. Massive growth in her squat. She gained, I don't know, a lot. I mean, I think her heavy 5 rep went up like 40 or 50 pounds. She finally got a 200-pound back squat. That went up 15 or 20 pounds. Increased her bench press by 20 or 30 pounds. Finally hit the 100-pound snatch. And yeah, everything has just been going up. But I think what's really cool now is we did all this gymnastic strength training, which is basically gymnastics progressions for strength. So it's not necessarily what we do in most CrossFit training. We need more of it. And now Marina's kind of getting ready to do the CrossFit Open, and she's doing things like strict handstand push-ups, which is not what she was doing in gymnastic strength. She was doing like push-ups and ring rows and planche push-ups and things like that. And now she's doing 3 strict handstand push-ups a minute for 10 minutes. Insane. Like, not very many people can do that already. And hers, it just happens so fast. And so, yeah, Marina's a really good example of somebody that has gotten better, I would say kind of at like this really slow trajectory. And she's been happy with that because she loves it. Like, she loves this training, loves the lifestyle of it. But I would say right now it looks more like this. And it's even shocking her. And all we've done is give her intention in her training, make her focus on the things she needs to focus on. She understands why she's doing it. And she only trains 4 days a week. For 3 of those days is 60 to 75 minutes, and one day is maybe 90, but I would say most days it's not even, that 4th day is not 90. She's just being very intentional. Everything is getting better. Here's what we're learning. We're learning training and testing are different things, okay? And for so long in CrossFit, we have trained just like we test. So if the test is a workout like Fran, for example, we just do Fran. But think about that from like other sport. You don't just do the test to get better at the test, you train for the test. And I think what we're saying is that maybe there's a way to train that is better for testing, better for competing, better for performing. And we can tell you that what we've been doing is incredibly effective so far. And I'd say Marina, where would we put Marina kind of on like an athlete spectrum of like a games athlete to a beginner?
She made quarterfinals.
Yeah, so I'd say
quarterfinals athlete.
I guess they have all these levels now. I wonder what her level is.
I would give her like a 7 or 8, yeah.
But we are doing this program now with, like, I would say people on every level, 1 to 10. And I think what's really cool is I actually think this is a really good way for new athletes to train. We think of this as just for the advanced person, but I actually think this could be the most effective way for a beginner to train, because we can really control what you're doing and be very specific to keep you safe, to keep you motivated, to get you some easy, fast wins, to kind of build that momentum. Because a lot of this is about getting enough momentum and being consistent enough to finally get excited about your progress. You know, so yeah, we're just getting going, but I think this is the future of training in this space. I think it's individual training over everything else. We're a gym that is going in that direction. And here's the caveat. The reason we're not going to see a lot of gyms do this is because the coaching across this space is not good enough to coach people like this. So there's going to have to be a lot more training about how to coach people at this level. But this is it.
Personal programming, it's where it's at.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll just keep sharing as we keep learning. If you have any interest in this or have questions, reach out and we'll share what we know. And if you want to be trained by us, we got you.